Before we continue with this video, visit my new business venture, carmarshal.com. For your next vehicle purchase, we advertise over 100,000 vehicles nationwide. That's carmarshal.com. The link is in the description.
Former Austin police officer Vontre Clark is back on U.S. soil and back in Texas after a very long flight across the Pacific Ocean earlier today. A government plane landed just a little while ago around midnight, carrying him across the Pacific, starting earlier today in Bali, Indonesia, stopping in Hawaii, and then continuing on here to Austin Bergstrom International Airport. Authorities late on Wednesday announced that Clark had been charged with capital murder as well as a federal charge of unlawful flight to avoid prosecution after authorities say he traveled to Bali, Indonesia to avoid possible prosecution in Samantha Dean's murder. Clark and Dean were off and on lovers for several years, and she was pregnant with their unborn daughter. Court documents say that he wanted Dean dead because she was carrying their child, and he wanted her to have an abortion to conceal their relationship from another woman with whom he was already involved. Bastrop County officials have scheduled a news conference for Thursday afternoon where they are expected to formally announce the charges against Clark as well as provide an update.
Texas cop faces death penalty for hiring hitman to kill mistress who wouldn't abort baby. November 2, 2017. 2K views. Texas prosecutors announced last week that an Austin police officer will face the death penalty for hiring a hitman to kill his mistress after she refused to abort their baby. Prior to her death, 29-year-old Samantha Dean told colleagues and wrote in her diary that if she were found dead, Austin cop Vontre Clark would likely be the killer. That information was not made available to the public until July 13, 2015, more than 5 months after Dean was murdered, when a search warrant was unsealed, which included mounting evidence pointing to Clark as a primary suspect involved in Dean's death. Dean, a crime victims counselor for the Kyle Police Department, was found murdered on February 4, 2015 behind a vacant office building a few miles west of Bastrop, Texas. Samantha Dean, a former victim services coordinator for the Kyle Police, was found murdered outside of Bastrop behind a vacant officer building near a dumpster on February 4, 2015. An autopsy revealed Dean had been shot 3 times in the head by alleged hitman Kevin Watson and was approximately 7 months pregnant at the time of her death. Clark continued working as an Austin police officer for 5 months until he was finally fired by former Austin Police Chief Art Acevedo. But only after he had fled the United States on July 17, 2015, to Jakarta, Indonesia, a country that does not have an extradition treaty with the United States. Clark's attorney later claimed his client traveled overseas for medical treatment, although he didn't specify a medical condition for which Clark was receiving treatment. Former Austin cop, Vontre Clark. Clark was eventually apprehended in Indonesia as a result of a highly secretive operation between federal authorities stretching from Texas all the way to Washington, D.C. and the Indonesian government. In one of Dean's journal entries, she described a sexual encounter between herself and Clark in which she felt he was going to murder her. Clark remained in his uniform and kept his gun on as he blindfolded and handcuffed her during the encounter, according to the journal entry penned by Dean. In search warrant documents obtained by KXAN on July 13, Clark admitted to investigators he had an ongoing on and off relationship with Dean, which dated back 6 or 7 years, and Clark admitted he believed he was the father of Dean's unborn child. The report reveals Clark stating he kept his affair with Dean a secret due to his relationship with Laura Tudor, his longtime girlfriend and owner of the home where the search warrant was executed in May of 2015. A timeline of events published by the Austin American-Statesman laid out the events surrounding Dean's murder. January 21, Dean writes in her journal that she thought Austin police officer Vontre Clark was going to kill her during an encounter in which he had her handcuffed. February 2, Clark and Kevin Watson exchange text messages in which they discuss unspecified plans. February 3, 8:30 p.m., Clark leaves his home after fight with girlfriend, leaving his personal cell phone and pager at home. February 3, 9:40 p.m., Dean's cell phone data shows she is en route to Bastrop. February 3, 9:56 p.m., cell phone data show 3 burner phones at scene of Dean's slaying. February 3, 10:07 p.m., Dean's cell phone data places her at scene of slaying. February 4, 12:11 a.m., all communication to and from burner phone ceases. Clark spotted at an Austin police substation. February 4, Bastrop County Sheriff's deputy finds Dean dead. February 10, Clark placed on administrative leave. March 12, search warrant for Clark's home, car, and DNA issued. June 2, 3 suspects arrested in connection with Dean's death. July 13, court documents unsealed connect Clark to Dean's death. According to his arrest affidavit, which provides a possible motive for the killing, Clark pressured Dean to abort her baby and told her that having the child would damage his current relationship. Clark told Dean his life will be ruined, and he will lose his family if Dean has the baby, the affidavit says. According to the affidavit, a group of conspirators linked to Clark attempted to conceal their communications and subsequent actions by using prepaid cell phones. Detectives investigating the case spent the months following Dean's death relying on cell phone towers and text messages to piece together the murder case. The affidavit recounts Clark's link to a Houston man named Kevin Watson, the alleged hitman, as a primary suspect in Dean's death. Kevin Watson, alleged hitman hired by Vontre Clark to kill his former girlfriend Samantha Dean. Watson's girlfriend, Kyla Fisk, was arrested on tampering with evidence charges after she hid a sweatshirt Watson was believed to have worn by Watson on the day of Dean's murder, according to an arrest affidavit. A third person, Aaron Lamont Williams, was arrested and charged with retaliation after he sent threatening text messages to an Austin Police Department crisis counselor 5 days after Dean's murder. "I fucking got her. I am going to get him, then I'm coming for you," the text said, according to court records. "I will show you what a crisis is." Kevin Watson's girlfriend, Kyla Fisk, was arrested on tampering with evidence charges. A burner phone with a Los Angeles area number first called Dean the night of her murder. Text messages from the number appeared to direct her to the shopping center parking lot where she was found dead, according to the affidavit. The cell phone tied to that number and 2 other phones with numbers linked to Watson's girlfriend, Fisk, converged at the scene of the murder at the same time, the affidavit said. Detectives connected the cell phone with the Los Angeles area number with Watson through surveillance cameras at a Houston area Walmart that showed him at the store purchasing and activating the phones. A series of calls between the 3 phones continued during the time detectives placed Dean's phone at the scene of her death at 10:07 p.m. that night. Shortly after midnight, at 12:11 a.m., all calls between the 3 burner phones ceased. Clark's defense attorney requested a continuance for his trial on October 31 due to the excessive amount of discovery and because the state would be seeking the death penalty. District Judge Carson Campbell agreed to the request and set Clark's trial date for February 5, 2019. No trial date has been set for the alleged hitman Kevin Watson for his role in Dean's murder.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I found that I had to make a change this ending on my videos, letting you know about the channel and fair use laws, you know, how we can report on other people's reporting and how it's good, how it's bad, etc. But you guys can look it up yourself. It is legal. It's in there. But like I've told you before, that I've been cut off from making money on YouTube for 4 years. It's really weird, bizarre, but they cut the money off, but they said you can keep the channel, and now YouTube makes all the money. And if you get bored, plug it into Social Blade website, and you'll see that they are making a huge amount off the site. Right now it's at 63 million views, 53,000 subscribers, almost 3 million views a month. You know, trying to wake people up, and I make nothing. In fact, I got a customer that's ex-congressman. He said if I could ever find a lawyer, sue YouTube on it. But because this is nuts. 4 hours a day, and to save America. You know, but at the same time, it's worth it. Look at what our founding fathers did. They died for this country. So, but getting back to the money part, this is why I'm redoing the video. Is my dream of everyone giving $1, and it's going to be $53,000 a year, or if they did Patreon, which you know, can be monthly. That is not working. That'd be great if it did. Nothing is perfect. And I appreciate the people that do donate, you know, what they can on PayPal. And there again, I'm letting you guys know that is not much. Is, you know, monthly is, oh my god. So anyways, yes, you cannot live on it. It's very, very, very low amount. But the dollar things, I do appreciate that. But when I first said everybody give $1, that's not working. I'm just letting you guys know it's, yeah, that's that dream. Everybody gives $1. 53,000 subscribers, it's not working. So yes, if you can give more than that, you know, I appreciate it. Like I said, you know, I'm in a unique situation where, you know, we're already debt free, and I'm not rich, but with the little business that we have, I am able to do what I am able to do 45 hours a day, you know, letting you guys know what's going on. In 4 years, I've did the whole thing myself. 12,000 videos on there. I literally get emails where people are like, holy crap, I never knew it was this bad. And it is this bad, and it's getting worse every day because we have the internet, we have cell phones, we have cameras everywhere now, and it's just disgusting what's going on. And then, as you guys know too, we got Trump, we got Jeff Sessions doing a war on drugs, and now he wants to go after the forfeiture laws again. It's just unfreaking real. So if you can give more than that dream of everybody giving $1, yeah, that old video, that's not working. They're not. They're just not. So anyways, if you can give more than that dream is not working. Hardly anybody is giving. There you go. So that's why I'm remaking the video. If you can give more than that would be great. And there again, like I said, the Patreon's there. There is some people on there that are starting to give, but there again, it's very, very low. And like I said, I don't want to get rich off of that. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because, you know, it's still so stinking corrupt. It's not even funny. My court case that I'm going to be paying out of my pocket myself with Charlotte County's coming up. They illegally looked me up and then posted all my information on LEOAFFAIRS website. They basically doxed me, however you want to say that. I forget what the word is, and they outed me, man. And that information on that site went out to 500 sheriffs, deputies, people that work at the jail, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, it is very, very scary, but we're going to do a federal case, 1983 case, violating freedom of speech. We have 17 cameras in the house now. We got 2 cameras in the car. I always carry a camera plus a cell phone. A lot of people are highly recommending I get a vest now. If I could, if the wife would let me, I would run for sheriff. We are trying to push the thing nationwide right now. Where just to mix it up and to get the topics out there is register to run for sheriff, NPA, no party affiliation, as a write-in, and that is completely free, and you can participate in the elections. And there's a lot of stuff. We got a guy, James McLinnis in Pinellas County, Tampa, who almost won. He experienced the corruption himself. The story is unbelievable. Look him up. It's mind-blowing what they did. It pissed him off. He is very, very smart. He has way more money than I did. He ran for sheriff at the last 3 months last year in 2016 and almost won. He got all of the black vote. And the reason why he did that is because he ran on, I will not bust, we're in Florida, I will not bust anybody for weed anymore unless it's an ungodly huge amount, like pounds. And then he also ran on no more victimless crimes, no more of this freaking road pirate bull crap. And then he was going to cut the budget by 30%. And when you think about that, you can. If you stop the road pirates, you can get rid of a bunch of people. Gone. So, the wife has been saying, yes, I can, yes, I can't. So I don't know. We're trying to find somebody that can do it because I am busy doing this anyways. But, so I'm making a video, like I said, that $1 a month from everybody, you know, for 53,000 subscribers, that is not working. I'm just letting you guys know. Absolutely give way more than $1 a month. If you can, I appreciate anything. By the way, remember too, when you give that, PayPal takes like freaking 15 to 20%, so it's even worse than that. But, and there again, like I'm letting you guys know, it's way, what I get is very, very low. Appreciate it, but it is very, very low. Can't live on it. I'm just, you know, I'm working, and that's what I'm working on. And that court case is going to cost a buttload of money. That's federal court. Just the filing fees and the depositions that we're going to be doing with this corrupt cop. So there's another reason to give. We are going to be doing a deposition with this very corrupt. He was in a drug squad. He is a bad guy. He's on steroids. We heard steroids are rampant here. That's why their attitude is so bad. And we are going to get him on video, and it will be on YouTube. So that case alone is $5,000 just to bring it to court, and that's my money out of my pocket. So there's another reason to give, and give way more than $1 if you can. So keep that in mind. This is the new video, and I see, God, I talk a lot. It's already 7 minutes, but had to make it just to let you know that $1 a month from everybody is not working. They're not doing it. So if you can give more than that, please. So thanks. Keep it up. Share, like, subscribe, tell your friends, send me your videos on corruption, and I'll post it.